Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're here at Whole Foods in the lovely Northern Virginia area. For you guys out there that might shop at Whole Foods, or for those of you that don't shop at Whole Foods, you might know that the prices here are a little bit more than what you might see in a traditional grocery store. And so what we're going to do today is go inside and interview some of the folks shopping here and see what their spending habits look like, what their typical expenses are, if they have a budget, if they stick to that budget, how much they make in a year, and things like that. According to Business Insider, the typical Whole Foods shopper is a highly educated West Coast millennial woman earning $80,000 a year. So let's go inside today and put that to the test. All right, so we're here in the dairy section. Have a look at the eggs. It is $8.99 for some, what is it, a dozen eggs, $8.99, all right. I don't know about you guys, but I personally would not be spending $8.99 on a dozen eggs. All right. Good afternoon. What's your name, age, and what do you do for a living?
My name is Bridgette, and I'm 60, and I am a security officer.
Wow, okay, that's pretty cool. How did you get into that career field?
I've always had my foot in the security world throughout my career, so this was just something I love to do. I love making the world a safer place.
Nice, that's awesome. Okay, and is there any particular reason you like to shop at Whole Foods?
Oh my God, I love Whole Foods. They have a great wine area. Their foods are just very well prepared. It's just me and my husband, so sometimes we have to eat on the go. And I like that they have the prepared dishes so that and they're healthy.
And so when you come to shop here, do you generally have a budget that you're setting, or do you have a budget that you spend every month?
Yeah, I mean, with inflation, I do try to keep it within $50 to $60 range or less. Yeah.
Would you say it's generally hard to stay within the budget, especially when you come here, or are you generally pretty good about that?
I have to really watch myself, and it can be hard, especially if I go over to the cosmetics and stuff like that, but I try to stay right here in the food realm and get my cosmetics and toiletries other places.
And how do you define success?
Being a good spiritual person and a great neighbor. Yeah, it's not economics. It's not, money that means success to me. It's being an accomplished person as far as being a good neighbor, a good citizen of the world.
That's really good. If there's any advice you might be able to give to your younger self, what might that be?
Oh, don't get married. No, I'm kidding. Just be more mindful of society as a whole. Sometimes we can be very selfish when we're young, but just be a little bit more cognizant of your surroundings and, how you move and operate through life. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So what's your name, age, and what do you do?
My name is UV. I'm 28, and I'm a data engineer.
Cool. And how did you get into that career field?
Well, I studied statistics and economics, and then I started off in analytics, then pivoted into engineering.
Cool. Okay. Is there any particular reason you shop at Whole Foods, or is this a once-in-a-while occasion?
I mainly get all my grocery from here. I like to stick with organic foods and any sort of condiments without high fructose corn syrup.
Would you say that the health value is more important than the price that you're paying for it?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
So I guess when you come to shop at Whole Foods, do you have a budget that you're trying to stay within usually?
Well, generally, mine and my wife's monthly budget for groceries is around $500 to $650. Right. So if we could stay within that range, that usually works for us. Yeah.
What would you say is the most you've ever spent on groceries?
1 month we spent around $850 for the two of us. That is, we were hosting a couple of events.
Sure. Would you say that your spending habits kind of fit your lifestyle, or is there anything that you might adjust if you could?
Well, I'm actually from Chicago. I'm visiting some family here.
Okay. So maybe back home, like what would that be like?
Maybe what we would do different is spend less on eating out from restaurants and stuff like that. I guess that's probably the only place we would adjust, and maybe shopping a little bit.
That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah.
What would you say are some things that make you happy, or what's the number one thing that makes you happy?
Just living a healthy lifestyle, trying to stay in the gym as much as possible and eat as healthy as possible, because when we attain those goals, we generally feel better about the rest of our lives.
Okay, maybe a little bit unrelated, but do you have any specific investing strategy, or what does your investment portfolio look like?
We just try to allocate a certain amount of our budget per month towards investing, whether that's like ETFs or stocks, but more long-term than short-term strategies.
And where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
I still probably see myself in the data engineering space, but more as like maybe at the staff level, more technical responsibilities as opposed to managerial.
How do you define success?
Success is a good balance, I think, between making an honest living and enjoying what you do and spending quality time with the people you care about.
That's a great answer. All right, so what's your name, age, and what do you do for a living?
My name is Timothy. I'm 41 and I'm a school teacher.
How did you get into teaching?
It kind of found me. I enjoy what I do and a lot of people like to learn and I'm good at it.
So is there any particular reason you like to shop at Whole Foods versus other grocery stores?
The variety. They have a lot of things that I can't find where I live, so
Okay, sure.
I like the variety.
Nice. And is there, are you willing to pay the price for maybe say like more organic or better quality ingredients than you would at other grocery stores?
I'm happy to pay for quality.
When you come to shop at Whole Foods, do you have any particular budget, or you try to stick within a certain spending range?
No budgets, no limits.
Do you have any particular investing strategy, or do you have any personal finance advice?
Buy gold.
Yeah.
I buy gold.
Would you say that's the strongest asset class right now?
Not the strongest, but for the gains versus the safety, I think it's a lot better than a lot of things out there. I'd rather go with gold than Netflix or any of these other hot stocks, any of these squid coins, pizza coins, any of that stuff.
Right. Okay. And so here at Whole Foods, would you say there's anything in particular that you can get here that you couldn't get at another grocery store?
Yeah, there's hot food I can get here that I can't buy where I'm from. Baked goods, I like sugar, I like sweet things, and I'm not accustomed to seeing a lot of that. So being able to access all this cookies and pretzels and brownies, that's a real treat.
What makes you happy?
Freedom.
Yeah.
Being able to do what I want, when I want to do it, that's priceless. Makes me happy.
And how do you define success?
Being able to do whatever you want to do when you want to do it, that's success. And that could be financially, that can be living in a free country, that could be having friends that allow you to explore that freedom. That's what I think success is.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. Okay, so what's your name, age, and what do you do for a living?
Yasmin, I'm 35 and I have my own business.
What business is that? Can you share?
I sell Arabic kids books online. Yeah.
How did you get into that?
I have 2 kids and there are no Arabic books here at the moment, so we decided to do that on our own. So we ship from overseas all the way here.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's amazing. How long have you been doing that for?
About a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for other people that might want to be getting into, entrepreneurship or starting their own business, and just tips in general for that?
I would say definitely save for it. Save up for it before you go all in, because you're going to be investing from your own money. As much as you take out loans or anything else, you're going to be using your own money to finance that.
Is there, any particular reason you like to shop at Whole Foods, or anything you might be able to get here that you can't get at other traditional grocery stores?
For the quality and the price that we get here, I think it trumps everything else around us in the area. So I think, and we trust the products that they have here as far as meats and just everything here. So
would you say the prices are worth it, because it's traditionally a little bit more than what an average grocery store price might be for typical items?
They are worth it because you're getting a cleaner product.
In terms of just your investing strategy, what you might invest into your own business, as well as just your portfolio of investments if you have one.
At the moment, I'm not investing as far as like putting money aside. Everything I'm making, it goes right back into the business. So we're not profitable at the moment, but I think everything, I'm just recycling my profits and putting it back in the business.
Like
yeah. So I think because we are still like brand new, investing is still not major. But yeah.
What's the big next step for your business in terms of whether maybe it's working with retailers, or is it anything in particular?
It's publishing our own books. Yeah, so we're writing books right now, and we have to save up so we can go to the next step, which is find people to illustrate the book and maybe do audiobooks and print the books. So yeah.
And as you probably know, the path to entrepreneurship and running your own business is often very tough. So maybe what is the biggest failure you've encountered, and how did you get over that, and what did you learn from it?
Biggest failure is not really going into each product we get from overseas, because not everything is online that you can look through. So sometimes you have to trust your gut instinct how like a certain book looks like, and maybe when you get it here, they're either damaged or they're not really what you're looking for. So I think really doing your research beforehand, even if it takes longer, but you really have to put in so much research into seeing what quality you're getting, so you're also selling it for value.
Where would you say you see your business or yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Definitely turning from a bookstore to a publishing house. Yeah, once we start publishing our own books and products, I think we're going that route.
How do you define success?
Just being happy doing what you do. If you're like working at 2 in the morning on your phone and you're happy about that, then like that's success because you're doing what you're loving. Versus if you have like a 9 to 5 and you're still miserable, even though like you have a little bit more free time. So I think really just being happy at what you do.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time. All right, so what's your name, age, and you obviously work here, but what would you say is the most value people get out of coming to Whole Foods versus other grocery stores?
My name is Sean. My age is 33. I would say the most value they get is coming here, you know you're not getting any extra nonsense in your food. You know what I mean? Like, we have strict guidelines of what we can get into the store at all. So when it comes in, you know confidently you're buying good product. It might be a little bit more than normal, but for me and for, you know, everyone else that shops here, it's really comforting to know we're not getting like byproducts. We're not getting this, that, and the third. We're not getting like anything that's bad. You know, we're getting good food, and you know, basically that's it. Just good food.
Do you think the price premium is worth it? Like, let's say for you personally, if you would come here to shop, I mean, you probably do because you know how good it is. But what would you say in terms of like the price premium versus other stores?
I would definitely say it's a little bit higher than most. You know, it's not maybe not affordable for everyone, which I wish it was. But you know, if you can swing it, I would definitely say stick to the outsides of the store, where your produce, your meats, your seafood, and all this is, because that's where you're going to get the most bang for your buck. And when you're buying in the middle of the store, you know, it's just like the processed foods, the crackers, the stuff like this, stuff that you can get anywhere else. Whereas if you come here and buy our meats and seafoods and products like this, you're going to get the best of the best.
How would you define sustainability? Like, what does that mean to you, like personally?
Sustainability, it's not just making sure that you can sustain getting product into your store. It's sustainability for the farms that we get our fish from, the wild waters that we get our fish from, you know, things like this. Sustainability, you know, are we taking too much? No, we're not. We're taking just enough. We're letting everything do its natural course and everything like this. So we're sustaining the environment. We're sustaining our grocery store.
Would you say in general, you know, Whole Foods has been a successful business model with what it promotes and what it attempts to do?
I would say yeah. I would say yeah. You know, I'm proud to work for this company. It's done me well, and you know, I think that's about it. I think there's a stigma though because of the pricing, but aside from that, I think people come here, they shop, and they realize what they're getting, you know, once they take it home.
Well, is there anything that you do on the side? Like, do you have any side hustles or maybe just like hobbies that are related?
Hobbies, I would say. I actually make music. I do like kind of like rap R&B type stuff.
Nice. Okay.
So that's my hobby. Basically, they pay me to invest.
Fund that?
Yeah, they fund my music making.
Cool. Do you have a channel? Do you want to plug like your Instagram or YouTube or anything?
Sure. You can find me at the artist formerly known as Sean on Instagram. Spotify, Homeless Sean.
And how would you define success?
I think success is a mentality. I don't think it's a monetary value. I don't think it's a possession value. I think it's when you finally feel as though you've done what you need to do in life, and you've gotten out of life what you feel as though you need. I think that's when you're successful. I don't think money makes you successful. I don't think possessions. I think family, and I think, you know, just personal goals being met is success.
Appreciate your time. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, man.
So what's your name, age, and what do you do?
Dan, I'm a cyber engineer,
How did you get into that career field?
Army,
Are you still in the military now, or did you retire?
just the reserves now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What would you say is the time split between your civilian career and your military career right now?
50-50. 50. Yeah.
Even being in the reserves, supposed to be 1 week in a month, right?
Yeah, it's still 50-50, man. Yeah, command time is no joke.
Do you have any particular reason why you like to shop at Whole Foods, or is there anything you can get here that you can't get at other traditional grocery stores?
Close to my house, man. I used to make sure I get the good best deals possible, but it's like whatever is close to on my way home or whatever it may be. Like usually that's mostly.
Do you have a particular budget or like an expense that you try to keep under for a particular month for groceries?
Yeah, definitely.
Would you say you normally stay within that budget?
Yeah, all the time. Hey man, I'm much older, man, so I budget a lot more.
In terms of investing or your investing strategy, do you have a particular asset class you like to focus on, or any particular?
No, I'm just I usually just put slap in an index fund, especially keep forgetting the S&P. The S&P 500, just let it kind of get 10% interest rate every year, essentially.
Are there any other alternative asset classes that you might recommend or that you invest in?
No, man, I'm not a financial guru, man. I let my financial advisor take care of that all for me, so they manage all my finances these days. Yeah.
Would you say having your financial advisor has been worth it?
Not in my 20s, but in my 30s for sure. When you reach a certain threshold, yeah. Like, I would say when you have like stock options now, because my company gives me options, I run my own business, so I make a threshold income. That's when I need to get those tax breaks and understand how I utilize my finances a lot better, making my money grow a lot more in my 30s. But in my 20s, I wasn't making like crazy, so like it wasn't no need.
Could you elaborate a little bit more maybe on what your small business is and what you do for your entrepreneurship?
So I just do 1099 consultant. So like my business, CyberUp 24. So like I do a lot of data analytics gigs that can range from like a year to 2 months to 1 week. But it's an hourly rate, and so minimum of a week. But then I also just have my regular W-2 job and the Army, pretty much.
So do you do that all yourself, or what would you say is like the next step to scale your business?
Right now, I have my financial advisor for the business side, so that they can help me with my tax breaks and everything. And I also have my accountant, and I just hire someone up to Upwork just in case, do a lot of my admin stuff.
I know it's cold out here. Just last question: how do you define success?
Are you happy? That's it, man, really. Money comes and goes, man, but if you ain't happy your life, you ain't successful. That's pretty much about it, really, to be honest with you. So you could make $500,000, still be pissed, have a miserable life. That's not really successful right there, to be honest with you. But it took me a long time to grow up pretty much, and money has its place and all, but at the end of the day, if you ain't happy by yourself, you ain't get anywhere. Right. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. All right, folks, there you have it. We're getting wrapped up. All right, folks, there you have it. Hope you got some value out of this video that we shot here at Whole Foods. I definitely did myself, getting to know some of the people here and what they do. Definitely hearing people's stories is always interesting for me. It seems that everywhere we go to film these interview type videos, people don't enjoy us being in their establishments, whether it's a lounge or a grocery store, even though they're public places and everybody has their phones out using them. But nonetheless, again, I hope you guys got value out of this. If you did enjoy the video, drop a like down below, comment if you have any questions about the different folks that were here. I plugged some of the small business owners, links in the description box below. And until next time, I'll see you all in the next one.